So you have your deposition coming up and you want to know, how is my attorney going to prepare me for this deposition? What are they going to do? So stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to share with you my techniques step by step on how I prepare clients for deposition. Hi, I'm Naomi from Gonzalez Law, Legal Insights from California Attorneys. Welcome to ACING Your Work Comp Deposition. This is part 3, how attorneys prepare their clients for deposition. This video is part of our mission to empower clients everywhere through education on the legal process. Please support us in our mission by liking this video so more people can ace their depositions. How long will your attorney meet with you before a deposition? The industry standard for workers' compensation is 1 hour prior to the deposition. Your attorney will meet with you to prepare you for the deposition. Some clients are surprised by this. They feel like deposition preparation should last hours and take place days before the deposition. There's actually reasons why this is the standard in workers' compensation. First of all, a workers' compensation deposition in general is not as complex as a deposition for a civil court matter, so it doesn't need as much preparation. Second, 1 hour is the industry standard because of Labor Code 5710. Third, a 1 hour preparation time right before the deposition is more ideal. If you were to prepare days in advance, you have a good chance of forgetting all the instructions we're giving you. Also, if we had a longer period of time, there'd just be so much information that you would just feel overwhelmed and you might start to shut down or you'll just get really nervous. So what's my technique for preparing clients for deposition? After thousands of depositions, we have it down to a science. It's a 8-part technique. It starts with 1, the big picture. I start with, why are we here at this deposition? What kind of questions are they going to ask? What is the defense attorney's actual goal? What are they trying to achieve in the questions that they're asking? If they can understand what the goal of the attorney is, then they're better equipped to answer questions. Second, I introduce the rules to follow when answering questions. Just the beginning ones, that's going to be the yes and the no, the pausing before answering, and stressing the importance of being consistent with all their previous statements. Part 3 is a practice session where they answer deposition questions. Now this is key because people are not used to answering deposition questions. My clients will pretend that I was the defense attorney asking them questions in the deposition, so they'll have the chance to put into practice what they just learned on how to answer deposition questions. Also, this gives me the opportunity to help them with their words if something's coming out in not the best way, and we can deal with problem issues that might come up. Prior injuries, prior car accidents, criminal history, and immigration status. It'll also give me the opportunity to identify if they are not in the ideal position to take the deposition at that time. Maybe they took some medication or they didn't get a good night's sleep. Part 4, review of the date of injury and body part. This one is straightforward. If you happen to have a specific injury, you just give them the date. But sometimes my clients forget the date. This is a good chance for me to remind them. So when they're asked in the deposition, they can give a nice, confident answer. Body parts can also be straightforward if you just have one body part. But if there's multiple body parts, you might need some practice. What I do is I practice with my clients listing their body parts head to toe. That way they can mentally go through their body parts and make sure that they didn't forget anything. We don't want them to forget to list a body part, then the defense will try to use that against them to take that out of their claim. We want to make sure we're using the same body parts as the codes are in workers' compensation. So somebody might be tempted to say, oh, it's my arm that's injured, when they really mean their shoulder, their arm, their elbow, their forearm, their wrist, their hand, and their fingers. I will put the link in the description of the PDF of the body part codes in workers' compensation. You can see how workers' compensation combines or separates body parts. Part 5, activities of daily living. This is a very important part of the workers' compensation preparation. Here I will tell my clients what the goal is, what we're trying to achieve in answering deposition questions on activities of daily living. Also, I will help my clients work through what exactly is the interference their injury is having with their daily life. Usually we do this in a chart. We will categorize each of their activities by can, can't, and trouble. If something's in the can category, that means they can do it just like they did before, no extra problems, no extra pain. If they're in the can't category, that means they've stopped doing it altogether. Either it doesn't get done or somebody else is taking over that responsibility. For the trouble category, they do the activity, but they need help or they do it differently or they're getting a lot of pain from it. For example, we might categorize doing dishes, cooking, doing laundry, grocery shopping, driving, and working through this is very important because I want to make sure my clients are answering perfectly. If they make a mistake, we can get into big trouble with the case, especially if their answers are not consistent with the undercover surveillance. Part 6, rules to follow when answering deposition questions. Now this is the in-depth rules. At the beginning of the preparation, I gave them beginning rules to kind of get them in the right mindset. Now that we've gone through some practice and we're further along, it's the best time to introduce the in-depth rules to follow when answering questions. At this point, their brain is able to absorb more of these concepts. And it'll be fresh on their mind because this is one of the last things we do before going forward to the deposition itself. 7, I tell them what to expect immediately next. That's gonna start with how much time they have to use the restroom before it actually gets started, especially if they wanna do those practice exercises we talked about in the last video. 2nd, how the court reporter will go about swearing them in. And 3rd, how the defense attorney is gonna start the deposition with the rules to follow when answering deposition questions and their warnings. And also I'll tell them how much time we use in preparation so that they're prepared to answer that question when the defense attorney asks them. 8, questions from the client. At this point, I will ask my clients if they have any questions on any of this material, and also if they have any questions about their case in general. So that was the end of how attorneys prep their clients for deposition. I hope this was helpful for you. If you would like us to be with you during your deposition, give us a call or text us consult, and we'll be very happy to discuss that with you. Thank you. Bye. Hi, I'm Naomi from Gonzales Law. Hi is part of our mission to educate clients everywhere through Educate Law.